What is up, guys? It's me coming at you again with another video. This time I've got another exciting plugin that I'm going to show you guys, and that is Dmitry Sches's new plugin called Thorn. If you guys have never checked his plugins before, he's also got some other plugins, one called Diversion and Tantra, also really cool plugins, but for this video I'm going to be focusing on Thorn. Just a little quick introduction, not too much of a review today. I'm just going to be showing you some cool sounds that I've made with this plugin, and Thorn has some pretty awesome, unique features that I haven't actually seen in many VSTs up until now. So I want to quickly dive in and show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is the plugin. I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit daunting at first. There's a lot of parameters and there's a lot of sort of different approaches to sound design that you don't see in many other VSTs. But once you get the hang of it, it is incredibly powerful, and I'm pretty much only just scraping the surface of the different sort of sound design capabilities that Thorn actually has built in. And I think that's why I'm going to save the full review to a later stage when I've actually had much more of a sort of in-depth experience with the plugin itself. One of the first things that caught my eye as I opened the plugin was the Harmonic Filter. It's right in the center here. It's different to regular filters in that it uses shapes that are sort of predetermined, or if I'm not mistaken, you can actually draw in your own filter shapes, which is pretty cool, sort of edit them and stuff like that. But for this sound, I think it was on nylon. So that's just with a little bit of like envelope action on the harmonic filter and the regular filter. You see it kind of adds that sort of rich harmonic tone to the sound, and it gives you a different way to sweep through sounds. I think with some of these sort of more dance genres, I think we're getting to the point where we've pretty much exhausted the frequency cutoff and saw wave type of stuff, so it's pretty cool to see these types of elements becoming a lot more popular in VSTs and stuff like that. Specifically like harmonic filters and, you know, all sorts of different ways of sweeping through your sound or different ways of filtering your sound. Another thing that caught my eye soon after opening the plugin is noticing that a lot of the sections have their own sort of built-in preset manager. So say for example, you've got a delay sound that you really like and you want to use it on another preset, then you can literally just save the preset into your delay preset manager and load it up on another sound. I think that's a very cool approach, because I think as we move more and more into technology where plugins are becoming more advanced and they've got these sort of arpeggiators and effects and all sorts of crazy stuff built in, we want a sort of more user-friendly approach to managing presets and stuff like that. And that's one of the things that I sort of first noticed with VPS Avenger as well, is that kind of broken down the preset system, not only into the entire sort of sound itself, but into the different segments, or almost like a sort of modular approach to the presets, which is fantastic, because specifically with like the arpeggiator, you've got a bunch of built-in presets to choose from, like melodic and all sorts of arps and gates and stuff like that. So straight off the bat, you're able to make some pretty advanced arpeggiators without having to cycle through the actual ready-made presets. So if you've got a sound that you're really digging and you want to actually apply it to an arpeggiator, all you do is you just load up a preset, or you create a preset which you then save and load up later. It just, I think, makes the workflow overall just a lot more fluid. That's definitely a huge pro for Thorn. So I've made a couple of sounds already. It's a little sort of, I won't call it a track, it's just a loop that I'm working on. The first is a chord using that sound which I just showed you guys now, and then I've got another arpeggiator which I'm using this glitch sequencer, which I want to show you guys. It's another really cool feature which you don't see often in actual VST synths. I think Helm has something similar, but it's cool to actually see it again built into the plugin itself. That way you're able to create sort of all-inclusive sounds rather than having to rely on external, like third-party effects and stuff like that to actually get a good sound. I'm just going to unmute these two channels and I'll play them for you. And I want to show you the idea of what I've sort of sequenced with this glitch sequencer over here. And you'll notice that it has like a re-trigger time that you can adjust per step. So just listen to the effect of this arpeggiator over here. And it's pretty cool. You can actually choose to have your sort of re-trigger and glitch sequencer either before the effects or after the effects, and you've got a mix amount here, so you can choose how much you want to affect the signal and stuff like that. This is certainly, I think, something taken out of Tantra. That was one of the sort of main things that I used in the Tantra plugin, is the actual the fact that you could like sequence retrigger and stuff like that. So it made creating these sort of electronic glitchy type synth patterns much easier. But the fact that it's now in the synth means I can save presets, and it's just, oh, my life is going to be a lot easier just for creating sounds, and then I can use it in another track. Again, like I said, without having to rely on third-party plugins and stuff like that. So I want to show you again the sound of this harmonic filter over here. I think it sounds, this plastic one, I think it sounds absolutely fantastic, specifically with this sound. And then I also made some bass sounds, and I added some drums just to add to the overall feel of the track. So both of the bass layers were also made in Thorn, also from a default preset. Like I said, I'm kind of just diving into the plugin for the, I would say, second time or third time today. I never really had more than like 10-20 minutes to actually sort of dive in and find out more about it. So I'm still fairly new. That's why I said I think I'm going to leave the review till a later stage. While I was playing it, was so taken aback, and I think I was able to create what I think is sort of such unique sounds that I haven't really heard before, that I figured I'm going to quickly shoot this video to show you guys what I was talking about. And just for reference, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to pop these two on the screen so you can quickly have a look at how I got these sounds. So you can pause it if you want to recreate these bass sounds. What a sick plugin. The sound I'm getting out of it is very rich, it's very raw, it's huge. I think it's going to be great for drum and bass, dubstep, anything with loud, obscene elements. You know, if you want really sort of distorted synths and stuff, it's going to be great. But it's also great for the sort of more lush, richer tones, like you heard with that sort of chord sound and stuff like that. I think it's pretty all round in terms of the types of sound design you're able to achieve with this plugin. So I definitely think you guys should check it out. The demo is available. I'm going to post a link to where you can grab it in the description of this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. A big thanks to IDM Mag, proud supporters of the dance music scene and my channel. If you like what I do on this channel and you want to support me, head on over to my Patreon page and check out the different pledges I've got for you there. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. See you guys next time.